Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kibicho YouTube channel. I think I've been able to demonstrate what I normally do after work. Sometimes because my schedules are a bit tight, I don't have time to go to the gym. But you don't require to have a gym in your house or maybe to visit a gym to exercise. Many people have been asking me what is it that I do to maintain my youthful looks or otherwise youthful looks. I have already done 40 laps in my compound. I thank God my compound is a bit spacious. So I've done about 40 laps. Then I've done about 25 push-ups. Then I've skipped 250 times. Then I have jogged a little bit for more than 30 minutes. So in total have exercised for 1 hour, 25 minutes or thereabouts. That is what we call good, healthy, keeping exercise. You know, most of the times we people we spend our days in the office. We are busy, we are using our brains, and hardly, as I said initially, we do not have enough time to do exercise. So it is therefore incumbent upon us to see what it is that we can do to maintain our healthy status. And you realize that those people who drive most of the times, you drive from your compound to your place of work. And therefore, you do not even have that time to move. And sometimes, because people are naturally lazy, when they go to the offices, they don't like taking the stairs. As a matter of fact, they like taking the lifts. And because one of the things that we must do and take it with a lot of seriousness is exercising. Those people who don't exercise, they have become the easy target to what we call COVID-19 because their bodies are sedentary. And therefore, I would recommend that it is normally recommended that you do 25 to 30 minutes exercise. By so doing, you help your body gets rejuvenated, you get invigorated, and you give what we call proper circulation of air within your body system. So like now when I go inside my house here, I'll just take a shower, then I take my supper. I'm supposed to have taken my supper by 8 or 8:15 thereabouts. Then I sleep early. I don't sleep late because every day I'm awake by 4 a.m. Somebody may ask, where do I go at 4 a.m.? I don't go anywhere. That's the time I read books. I have told you, if you want to make and to remain sharp, or to make your memory remain sharp, you must be afraid to books. Please read as many books as you can. If you want to become a speaker, a motivational speaker, if you want to be invited somewhere and you don't disappoint the crowd, you must read. Because I've been giving people a very simple scenario. If you go to a computer and you search for a given file that is not there, the computer will respond to you automatically that file not found. Likewise, if you haven't read and stored in your brains something, when time comes for you to talk, you have nothing to retrieve. So I normally advise people that it is good to read and read and read and read. I love reading. Like today, I have finished a book. I bought it yesterday from my good friend, I've called Zachary from our church, who wrote a very nice book that I'll be recommending to you soon. It's a wonderful masterpiece. You will read and you get to hear what it is that the author had in his mind when he or she was penning down that particular book. The only place that you can be able to get as much knowledge as you can, it is in books. Remember, it takes a professor more than 10-15 years, or maybe, like now, it has taken me, sorry to say, and I started schooling in the year 1998. That's when I went back to college. But I started, my first diploma was in the year 1994. Then from there I went back to school in the year 1998 because my diploma took 3 years. Then I went back to school. I studied again and again and again to be the person I am. And you realize that you'll be able to quote quite a number of authors. And that is what gives you value. That is what makes you to be invited by many organizations to go and speak. And you don't speak for free. You are paid. So one of the things I would encourage our Kenyan people to have is the culture of reading. And the moment you keep reading, like, you know, I amazed a group of people and I could remember all the elements in the periodic table of elements, in the A-Medref table of elements. I could remember the valencies, the chemical formulas, and where they are placed in the periodic table of elements. Simply because I read. I read a lot of things. I read sometimes, my children are in school. Sometimes I do get their book and read because the content in that particular book is not what I read in the year 1990s. So exercise, read, and eat well. And let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, and I have said it in one of my YouTube videos, that you may spend so much time looking for that money. You spend so much time. You wake up every morning in pursuit of money and finances, money for that matter. But it will take you much time trying to look for doctors to restore your health. It does not make any sense. So the best thing that you can do, and this is my advice to you, is to ensure that you have a balanced life. I normally teach people on what we call quality work life, balanced work life. You see, whoever said that too much work without play makes Helen Jabi a dull person, he knew what she was saying. So similarly, you don't require to spend your days from Monday to Sunday looking for money. Then at one time you find yourself in hospital, where you'll be limited in terms of movement, where you'll be actually not accessing your family members, where you'll be spending the money that you spent all your time looking for. It doesn't make any sense. We require to have what we call quality work life. Quality work life means work for at least 1 week or 1 month or 2 months, go for holiday. And I've given people this illustration that even tea farmers, there comes a time when they prune their trees, their tea bushes. And that does not mean that factories get closed. No, even factories get closed for maintenance. Yes, but farmers don't uproot their tea bushes as well. So there is time for everything. Remember, you are just here for temporarily. So you can't afford to spend most of your time in hospital because you ignored some very, very basic things. Exercise, do a bit of jogging, do a bit of walking, run if you can, go to the treadmill if you can, and again, check what you eat. As a matter of fact, everything should be taken in moderation. If it is meat, take it in moderation. If it is milk, take it in moderation. Whatever you take, even if it's beer, take it in moderation. You should always make sure that you observe what we call proper eating habits, eat balanced diet, exercise, and sleep well. As a matter of fact, lack of sleep, which we refer to as insomnia, is a disease on its own, and it can cause depression. So, not even depression, it can eventually make you suffer from a very serious problem or a health problem. So one of the things that I advocate personally is that we do have a quality work life. That one I can tell you, your life will be good. And I thank God. I do jog. Sometimes I cover twice in a week, 25 kilometers twice in a week. That is 50 times 4. I cover 200 kilometers in a month. Walking. That's why you can see I don't have a tummy. I'm actually approaching my 5th floor. And many people mistake me to be younger than my actual age. Because I observe what I eat, I exercise like you have seen. So I urge all of you, my dear viewers, we need your life. We do not want you to be confined in a hospital bed for a mistake that you could have taken, that you could have avoided. So my advice to you is this: kindly exercise. That is the secret of looking young. Then take a lot of water. At least take between 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. That one hydrates your body. It hydrates your body. And remember, your body, 75% of your body is water. So if you deny that body water, then you are doing yourself a disservice. Again, don't eat a lot in the evening when you're going to bed. You don't require a lot of energy in the evening when you're going to bed. You require to eat a very good breakfast. So in the morning, if it is possible, eat like a king. Eat well, because you require a lot of energy to take you throughout the day. Then at about 10 o'clock, you can take a snack. Then lunch hour, don't eat a lot. In the evening, eat less. Drink water. By so doing, then exercise. And that one will give you what we call a good life. So I want to thank all of you once again for having been my members, my ardent members. You like, for those people who like watching me, I thank God for you. Always a pleasure sharing my information with you. Right now, I want to, after now, because I've exercised, I just want to take a little bit of time. I relax a few minutes. Then from there, I can be able to now take my shower, I eat my supper, then I sleep. This is the place where I do my exercises. So I run from here to the fire that you can see. I thank God for my compound. So I run up that place, and this is where I start my running from. So I start running from here as you can see. Then I run all the way to that place where you can see that light. So it's about, from here to there, it's about 30 meters. So I thank God for the compound. I have a very big compound, and that's where I do my exercises. So I urge all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to do exercises, to maintain your looks, and to avoid going to the doctor now and then. And with those few remarks, it has been my pleasure talking to you. I want now to retire to my house so that I can be able to relax as I prepare for tomorrow's activities. And that is what we call now leading life with a purpose. Thank you so much. Have a good night.